Manchester United have retained Mason Greenwood onto their match squad of 2024-2025, and the big question remains: are they gonna really keep him at Man United, or they're gonna be really selling him? Very many players have gonna obviously be let go, and a statement has been put out by the website of Manchester United, and we're here to bring you how United have gonna obviously do this. Welcome to the United Matters channel. Hope you guys are really doing okay. You can call it the third or second video of the day, 5th of June. Third video coming in through in here onto the United Matters channel. We started off with Benjamin Sheshko, then with Lenny Yellow, you know, that bid in, and then we are talking Mason Greenwood, we are talking Johnny Evans, and very many other players in here for you. We thank God for the gift of life for the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. And I'm here to obviously bring you what the world is waiting in for. It's one of those stories that many of you have been waiting in for, and Manchester United have so far gone ahead to take a huge step into their decision to either keep Greenwood or let him go. And we call upon for 300 likes mark this video. Don't forget to subscribe, because we want to hit 18,000 subscribers. But before we hit that milestone, we have to first hit 17,400, and we are left with, like, is it 50 or 40 subscribers? So subscribe and really join the cause. The website of Man United have gone ahead obviously put out a list of players they've gonna hit retain, and Mason Greenwood has been included into the Manchester United's retained players list following the conclusion of the 2023-2024 season. Greenwood's current contract at Man United ends in 2025. Greenwood returns at Man United when he has already gone ahead to be named the Getafe Player of the Season. That is it. He was named the Getafe Player of the Season, and I know Getafe was like doing this because they know that you name him the Getafe Player of the Season, he has a lot to do with that, has a lot to do with the price, because it's like you are signing a player who has gone ahead to be named the best player at that team in the previously concluded season. But it never happened on favoritism. It happened on merit because I think he outperformed other players there. For him being out for close to 2 years, not kicking the game of football competitively, Greenwood came into that Getafe side and scored goals and assists, you know. And when you look at the side of Atletico Madrid, if you remember that game that I think ended 4-4 or 4-3, Antonio Griezmann said, if it was not for Mason Greenwood, we are going to win that game. And remember, that game was 3-1 at a certain point. Greenwood went ahead to accelerate and take this game to the next level by obviously applying an extra gear and putting the foot off the not putting the foot off the pedal, and I think that game of football ended 4-3 in favor of Getafe. And I think in that game Mason Greenwood had 8 shots at goal. So it shows you how deadly that boy is, and how these other players went ahead to acknowledge him and really gave him a benefit of doubt that he's really great. And no team wouldn't love to have a Mason Greenwood. And for Manchester United, the decision time is now, because teams like Borussia Dortmund, teams like Juventus, teams like Napoli, teams like Atletico Madrid are really interested in making the transfer of this guy permanent. And this is where you are gonna see how serious Ineos is. If you are Ineos, hear me out. If you are Ineos and you want to see to it that you prove to us that you're really competent, show us your stance onto Mason Greenwood, because right now we are into the holidays, Euros are taking place, and players are set to return, I think, early or mid-July in the preseason. And how are you gonna really act onto Mason Greenwood? Is he gonna be back to train with the club of Manchester United? That is a huge question mark, and it won't wait, because he's not in the Euros. He accomplished his season on the 26th, 25th of May, and he went ahead to rest. He's on his holidays with the girlfriend and the child. He's waiting for the official communication for the club of Manchester United. If I'm Man United, if I don't want Mason Greenwood to return, then I should see to it that I tell his agent to continue with what we call I tell him to continue with what we call the purported transfer to either Juventus, Napoli, or any other team. You get? And if we are to obviously keep him at the club of Manchester United, I think the best decision to make is to obviously get this guy in. But I will be shocked if at all he returns to training with Manchester United at Carrington, because I think 90% chance he's going to be sold, as they want to get in money to see to it that all goes to plan. And there is a story that really linked on to see to it that maybe Greenwood is really one of those that Manchester United is really interested in returning. That's why United aren't pushing ahead to get in Olise. You understand? Maybe they're going to obviously make a very huge change on mind and see that they're going to bring back Mason Greenwood. So we wait and see how that pans out. But as it stands, Manchester United is having Mason Greenwood onto this retainer list. And the list of players below 24 years of age do have the following players that Manchester United are going to hit to retain: Victor Musa, Sani, Ajifri, Harry Amaz, Bennett, Gabriel Bianchieri. This one is really great. We signed him from Wolves. Toby Koyela, Ahmad Diallo, Ethan Ennis, Alvaro Fernandez, who is expected to join the side of Benfica, and I think Benfica will make it official at the end. But Man United has already gone ahead, obviously, do the need fund, obviously put out that. Will Fish, Jace Fitzgerald, Jack Fletcher, Taylor Fletcher, Omori Foson, one of those that United might lose on a free, Taylor, Fredrickson, Alejandro Garnacho, Dango, Mason Greenwood, Harrison, Rasmus Højlund, Joey Gill, Lewis Jackson, Jaden Camason, Willie Kambwala, Shia Lacey, Kobe Mainu, Sam Mather, Finley McAllister, one of the big stars you should watch out for next season, Charlie McNeil, who is also expected to leave, Demote Me, Hannibal, Jack Morehouse, Sam Murray, James Nolan, Habib Oguneye, then Max Oyelede, Facundo Pelestri, Keith Lemley, Malachi Sharp, Shola Shoretie, also his contract is running down, Radik Vitaik, then Ethan Whitley, Brandon Williams, who was going to hit to bid fail to the club of Manchester United, and Tom Worcester. That is it. Benfica have exercised the option to purchase the player on the permanent basis after a loan deal under offer. That is none other than Alvaro Fernandez. That is it. Now, Man United are really working hard to see to it that they are in negotiations with John Evans, and they've stated that discussions remain open with John Evans and Tom Heaton over potential new contracts, with Omori Foson has formally been offered a new deal. Discussions remain open with Shora Shoretie over a potential new contract. Now, for John Evans, when you look at the defenders you're really having at the club of Manchester United, I sometimes feel pissed that he shouldn't be here, but I really understand why he's here at the club of Manchester United. We all know why this man is here and healthy to play for the club of Manchester United. John Evans is a man who went ahead, obviously put in a shift, and however much is 36, 37 years of age, when you look at his performances this season, you obviously get to know that he has gone ahead to do a lot as a player, and he played 23 Premier League games for Man United. Have you heard? 23 Premier League games for Manchester United, and he played one game in the EFL Cup, 2 games in the Champions League, and if at all you have a player who averages 30 games a season, why not keep him? I think we have a reason to keep him, and I think even Tom Heaton, it's a positive to keep him at the club of Manchester United and see how things really pan out on his side, because we need him at the club of Manchester United, and no one should obviously stop us from really getting him here. But when you look at the defense situation, you anticipate that John Evans will be kept, Lisandro Martinez will be kept, Kambwala will be kept, and on either Lindelof or Harry Maguire, one will be kept and the other will be sold. So that puts us into a situation of really understanding that United might bring in 2 or 1 defender. When they bring in 1, they let 1 go. When they bring in 2, that means 2 will be obviously be let go out of the club of Manchester United. Now, after that, we have a story that academy graduate known as Brandon Williams will leave United following the expiry of his contract. the fullback who joined the club at the age of 9 and proudly went on to make 51 first-team appearances, will always be welcome back at the club through the alumni program. So he's obviously out, and he is really one of those players that I believe Ipswich Town are really gonna get and sign him on a free, because he has gonna hate to work for it. And that is the boy himself, who goes by the names of he goes by the names of Brandon Williams. But my huge concern is on Mason Greenwood and how they're obviously gonna keep him here. For Fosun Omari, I think he has gonna hate to make a decision. Even Fabrizio Romano has said nothing has changed. Fosun Omari still believes that he has to leave the club of Manchester United, and he wants to obviously start a new future elsewhere. So guys, your thoughts on Manchester United retaining Mason Greenwood are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about other players that have gone here to leave, and those that United are convincing to obviously renew their contracts at the club of Manchester United? Good evening. Third video of the day. We cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living true God bless you abundantly. We out.